Transparency is what I let people see from the outside in. So it would be like, you get to come to my house, but I just open up all my curtains and let you look through the window. Transparent is I see through. Vulnerability is I come in.
Yeah, I definitely have had to confess some things that, say them out loud. Power, love, and death is in the tongue. I think it has everything to do with as soon as I say a thing and that truth causes life. Again, it's backwards of what I thought
Right.
was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when I say that truth, then permission
That's right.
to drop the fig leaf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shows up.
That's right. I was sexually abused by an older teenage boy when I was 8 years old, multiple times. I find out later, my younger brother and every other kid on our block that was our age was abused by the same guy. My older brother actually caught him with the next door neighbor, and that's when it stopped. But we never communicated to each other, so we all take this collective silent,
Right. Right.
like sigh of relief.
Wow.
Like, okay, that's over now. At 12, I'm exposed to pornography. It could have been crack, and there was crack in where I lived. It could have been weed. I drank it in, and I felt something different than the pain of my sexual abuse. And all I knew was, I don't know what, I'm 12. I don't know anything about a woman's body, right? Except what I just saw in this picture. And I'm like, whatever that is, I'm not thinking about that no more. So give me more of that, right? So this is how I medicate all my trauma, stress, anger, everything. Just go be alone and watch porn and masturbate. So I'm 19, 2 o'clock in the morning. I think everybody's asleep. My mom wakes up, comes into the living room. She never does this. There's a restroom in your bedroom, woman. What are you doing roaming your own house, right? You should be in bed. Lock your door, right? And I'm watching porn on the big box TV with a VHS. So this is not the phone. It's embarrassing. So embarrassing. So she, being who she is, goes straight to her room, closes the door, gets on her knees and starts praying. Obviously, I'm embarrassed. I am being like, there is an ocean of shame pouring into my soul, okay? I get up, I take the tape out, I pop it, and I throw it in the trash. I go into the restroom and clean myself up, and then I walk down the hallway. If I make a left, I go to my bedroom. If I make a right, I go to her room. Now, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I make a left, go to my room, this will blow over in like 3 or 4 days. It'll be awkward in the morning. She's gonna tell dad, I'm gonna have a talk. He's gonna have a talk, right? And in about 4 days, we'll be over this. And then I'm like, I know why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this because I like porn. This became my medication, and now I can't stop.
But at this point, your folks never knew about the...
They know nothing.
Okay.
Okay? So I know it was the Holy Spirit and my mom's prayers. I make her right. I knock on her door. She says, come in. I take 5 more steps into her bedroom. I see her from basically like the chest up, and she lifts her head up, her tears coming down her eyes. And when I walked in that room, I was no longer 19. I was 8. And I finally got to tell mommy where I got hurt. Like, this night should have been like the most shameful night of my life. And I was so loved, I was so seen, so cared for, so heard, so understood, so empathized with, so all the things, right? Like if you were buried under rubble and you think you're gonna die there. That was me for 11 years with duct tape over my mouth. And it all comes off. And I'm like, if you came out of the womb, you've been through something, right? And there's usually something that you don't feel safe enough to share with anybody Jesus is the epitome of authenticity because of his vulnerability. If you take off glory, you've taken off everything. If you've been eternally glorious with angels repeating the refrain, holy, 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 for all of eternity, and you decide to take that off, there is no more vulnerability than that. Get out of here. Which is why he could die butt naked on a tree. You couldn't shame him more than he already was shamed to come down and live like us.
And he did that with joy.
And he did that with joy.
Because he already knew from the start. I made a promise. I'm going to keep my promise. I'm going to keep my promise. The best thing I can do.
Okay, I got to say this.
Come on, roll it.
So I have a sermon I've never
Rolling.
preached, right? I have a sermon I have never preached. Every depiction we have of Jesus on the cross includes a loincloth, as if the Romans would be so decent, right? Like, we want to subjugate you to the most excruciating torture of all time. But you know what? Let's hide that penis. Depiction has hindered us as the bride for coming to him fully naked.
Whoa. Yeah. Bring my loincloth. Bring my fig leaf. Yeah.
The end of Genesis 2 is that they were naked and not ashamed. The sin of Genesis 3 is that now I got to hide what I didn't even know I was. They didn't even know they were naked. Our restoration is not to get back to Genesis 3, it's to get back to Genesis 2.
Yeah, we like to skip Genesis 1 and 2. We like to start our whole lives with Genesis 3. Oh, I start like I'm
There was a
wild.
whole,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we, to get back to naked and not ashamed, you have to be naked. And he did it for us, but we won't do it for him. And we'll cover him up because that's just too much. And it's like his vulnerability is how we all get in. And we don't get in to hide. We get in to be as naked as he is.
I have 15 grandkids. So one day I used to do, pick up. For a while, I was picking up when she was little. She's not anymore. She's in college. And I'd pick up Moon Pie once a week. It was Momo Monday or Moon Pie Monday. And she hops in the car one day and, I'm driving and she's like, Momo, I have a question. She's a second grader. Keep this perspective in mind. She says, Momo, I have a question. She goes, why did God make people? I'm driving. You do the reflective listening thing. Why did God make people? I had a snow cone on my mind. What's on your mind? I said, company. If you wanted friends. She's like, nope, that's not it. That's not it. Downshift. No, because he had friends. He had angels. Said, I honestly don't have an answer, but tell you what, tonight I will ask the Lord real that, and I'll get back to you. Perfect. Next week, I'll pick her up. So did you ask? On the spot. Yeah. I did ask, what did he tell you? I said, he told me to tell you because he prefers perfected to perfect. And he told me you would understand. And she goes, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. And I'm going, yes, it does. We're 7.
Yeah, what are we
I
doing?
prefer perfected
To perfect.
to perfect. Which you can't be unless I'm willing to be
Absolutely correct.
vulnerable.
That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely
I
correct.
can't be perfected if I'm holding on to the things that I don't want somebody to chip away at.
Yeah.
What if you found me less than?
Yeah.